Hello everyone and welcome back to Brooksburk Zoo. Or should we call it the Royal Brooksburk Zoo from now on? Well, let us think about that. So, in the last episode we started with building this beautiful, massive, huge, humongous castle, and we are far from finished with it. We just have the front side right now that we built in last episode, and there is so much work that we need to do. We need to build lots of animal habitats indoors and outdoors. Just indoor habitats for the animals. We have to finish the roof and have to find ideas of how we are going to build the roof and with which materials. We are going to have to decorate the hell out of it indoors. We have to fix the roof right in front of it where you can see through right now. So there is so much to do, and we also have to do lots of gardening on the outside as well. Yeah, but for today's episode, I promised you guys we are going to have an animal, and we are definitely going to have an animal by the end of the episode. As I said, the house is definitely not going to be finished in this episode. It's not going to be finished in next week's episode, and it's definitely not going to be finished in the episode after that as well, because there's so much work to do. The whole build from today's episode did cost me like a whole day, so it was built for I think 7 or 8 hours, I guess. Right now it's I don't have anything produced in advance, so I'm always building on Saturday and Sunday for Brooksburk and Litchfield, and hope that I can provide you guys with some videos for the week. And at least I did that with Brooksburk. Hopefully there's going to be a new video for Litchfield Zoo as well, because there's a lot of work to do there in as well. But yeah, let's not talk about Litchfield. We are in Brooksburk, and let's have a look at what I'm doing right here. The first thing that I thought would totally make sense, and I learned that from PS Vision Gaming, is to lay out what you want to build, so that you have an idea where is going to be what. So yeah, that you plan out the space that you have in the building. So I decided to build a football court. Well, at least it looks like something like that. No, it's definitely not having anything to do with football. Yeah, I thought we are going to have the habitat for the white rhinos on the right side. So right here, what I'm laying out right now. And we are going to have a similar habitat on the left side, which we are going to build today, which is going to be for the Baird's tapir, or Central American tapir. I always call it Baird's tapir because that is how I know it from German zoos. They are, by the way, not that often kept in German zoos. They are pretty rare. I think we have them in only 2 or 3 zoos in whole Germany. Yeah, because we do have mainly the other South American tapir. So not the mountain tapir, but the lowland tapir. I hope that's the correct word in English. So yeah, we're going to build for the Baird's tapir on the left side. On the main side, right the opposite from our entrance to the building, we are going to have a huge indoor habitat for the Asian elephants. We're going to have a separate indoor area for the male one, as you are seeing that in most of the real life zoos, or in every real life zoo I should say. And we're going to have a huge indoor area for the females. Measurement is not always my strength, so what we are going to see today is a beautiful indoor habitat for the Baird's tapir, but it's a little bit too big for them. So yeah, I know, too big is not an option if it comes to habitats in a zoo. So yeah, but they have lots of space in the inside, and it's really a pity that we only can have a pair of Baird's tapirs. Yeah, for sure, we are in sandbox mode. We actually could have more than just a pair in the habitat, but I don't want to select something like or deselect animal needs. We want to fit the needs of the animals in here. So if Planet Zoo says we only can keep 2 of them, then it is what it is, and they do have lots of space, and we're just hoping that they are going to have babies soon. Okay, so that's what's going to happen on the inside of the house. Baird's tapir, white rhino, Indian elephant, and you also saw that we have something planned out in the center of the building. That's going to be an indoor habitat for the... not for the Nile monitor, for the Asian water monitor. That's the correct word. I always forget about it, what it is called in German, and I also do forget about it, what it is called in English. So yeah, but it's the Asian water monitor. I never built something for them, and we do have them in game for quite some time. I think, yeah, it was with the last DLC, the tropical DLC, I think. And I never built a habitat for them because they didn't fit in anywhere at the time, so I think it is time right now for those. Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm building the exits or entrances for our tapirs right here. I was trying to find the right materials. It was not that easy because there is nothing in there that actually could fit in between those bows that we do have, I think from the Twilight DLC. So if there are any building parts that you guys would use to connect those bows, then tell me in the comment section. I couldn't find anything, so I had to be a little bit creative and just put lots of these small building pieces right in between. So yeah, to close the gap of those. Yeah. I was hoping and praying that the hitbox for the Central American Tapir would be right, so that they actually could leave the building, and I have to tell you guys, I am very happy to announce that they are in the end, so that they can use their indoor habitat and their outdoor habitat as well. So I'm very happy about that. And we might have to think about a different option for our white rhinos, and definitely for the elephants, because the elephants do need a lot of space. So we definitely have to build something different for them. So no copy paste there. That just won't work. Yeah, and as I said, this took quite a lot of time this time to build the habitat for the tapirs. I thought once we have laid out our castle, it's going to be a little bit easier and going a little bit faster to build the actual habitats for the animals. But yeah, it wasn't that way. Because I had some ideas what I wanted to accomplish here. I wanted to have an indoor pool for the tapirs, so they don't have a pool on the outside. They have a small pond for drinking and stuff, but they don't have an actual pool where they can swim in. So they do only have it on the inside, and I wanted to create it a little bit special in a kind of way. I think I saw it from Caesar Creates. I'm not quite sure, but I think I saw it from him. I wanted to have the pool on one level, and then have something like a dry mode right in between, and then on an elevated level you have the path of the visitors where they can look into the pool. So they can't really get right close to the glass of the pool, but yeah, have to watch it from the elevated path right next to it. Doesn't make sense right now, but it definitely will when we get to that point in the video. So here I wanted to have something like this overlaying roof, once again, that we already do have in the entrance of the building, and I wanted to have something like this stone circle right here with some stone plates on the ground. So yeah, that it actually looks like it was supposed to look like this, and we didn't build that especially for the animals, but it was something that was already there when the castle was built. Yeah, so therefore I was using these stone pieces. I think they are for some pillars for towers or something like that. It's from the Twilight DLC, and they work perfectly for ground patterns. Yeah, and to solve the problem with the pieces that are laying over the circle, I just elevated the ground a little bit and painted it over so that we have this perfect shape right on the outside. And now it is time for the indoor pool that I was telling you guys about. It took me some time to plan it out. Yeah, but I was a little bit I had a little bit of exercise, I guess, because we built something like this for our hippos in Litchfield Zoo, where I had to come up with an idea to have a house for the hippos where our visitors could go into, have a dry land area in the house as well that our keepers can access to, and have our visitors be able to have some underwater viewing right next to the animals underwater. And yeah, wasn't that easy to build that. It took me 3 trials to get to that. But yeah, in the end I managed to do that, and it came in very handy that I had to do that because, yeah, because of what I was building here for the tapirs. Yeah, and here you can already see what I meant with having the pool on the one side, the dry mold right in between, and have our visitors stand on the other side. Yeah, by the way, did you guys watch the announcement of the new contest that Gaming Badass and I are doing? We had a live stream last Wednesday that I told you guys about several times, I think, where we announced our new contest, the Fairy Tale contest. And we have, yeah, we've gotten so many positive feedback on this, and there's so many guys taking part in this. We are very, very excited for this. So I would like to know if any one of you is also taking part that I don't know about it yet, because we do have lots of people in Germany that are taking part. I guess it's already like 10, 15 from Germany at least. And I only have one response that I definitely know of that is going to take part of it, and I'm not quite sure, but I think it is from Australia. Yeah, I think it's definitely Australia. I think it's not the USA, it's Australia. So my wish would be that we have people competing from all over the world. This would be so cool. I mean, in the last competition that we did, we had someone taking part that was from Denmark, and we had someone from from the Netherlands as well. So I hope we're going to have that in this competition as well, because it doesn't matter where you are from, every one of you can take part in this. So if you're interested, just look on my YouTube channel. I have some footage of the rules for the contest on there, and also 2 announcement videos, one in English and one in German. So if you want to take part, I'm very happy to see what you come up with. So creating the indoor pool in a very classical style, in a style that you would see in European zoos that are a little bit older. For example, yeah, the zoo in Vienna would be a great example. Or when I think about the old elephant house before the renovation that we had in Munich, it was also pretty similar to that. So I wanted to have this classical style because it just fits the whole area and the whole vibe of the castle perfectly, I think. And here you can already see, now that we are on the inside of the building, you can see all the pillars that I have on the right side, where I told you guys with the balconies that, yeah, as we were going into the castle and renovating it, we just destroyed all the walls in there. I just can't find the right word. Yeah, we played Miley Cyrus and broke everything into the ground with a wrecking ball. Yeah, if you don't get what I meant with it. Yeah, so we had to put in those pillars that the walls would not collapse, and that is something that I'm doing quite often in here by continuing with building the house. So you will see that yeah, quite often, as you can see right here in yeah, for the indoor pool for the tapirs. It looks a little bit like a Roman Empire bathhouse with those pillars and the stairs into the pool, I think. And I really, really like the idea of that. Yeah, also reminds me a little bit of, yeah, but a little bit of Hearst Castle. Hearst Castle is a castle in California in the USA. Maybe some guys of you know that. There is this famous video shoot of Lady Gaga's GUY that she shot there with some of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and so on. And yeah, that pool with the pillars and stuff reminds me a little bit of it. Yeah, just putting the water in here, and it is like it always is. I was a little bit stunned that it was not that deep. But it is not a problem for the tapirs, because the tapirs, if I'm not completely wrong, they do only swim, but they don't do deep diving. So with that being said, it's not a problem for the tapirs that the water is not that deep. It would be a pity for any other animal, but not for the tapirs. Oh, and with that being said, I need your help, guys. So, do the Asian elephants deep dive in the game? So if they do, because I'm planning something similar for them, we definitely have to take care of that the water level is deep enough. But I'm not quite sure. I think many of you guys talked about it, that it would be great if the Asian elephants, or elephants in general, would deep dive in the game, and it would definitely make sense because they do that in real life. But I don't know, I'm not quite sure if we got the mechanics in the game already. Yeah, just let me know in the comments what you think about that, because yeah, not what you think about that, but if you know about that, if we do have that technique in the game right now. I also was thinking, because the habitat is so big for the tapirs, if there would be any other animal that I could put them in a habitat with. And the only animal that I could think about was the great anteater. But I don't want to have the anteater in here with them, because I was planning to have a combined habitat for the great anteater and the maned wolf, because I really like the idea of having both of them in the same habitat, and that's why I didn't want them to be in this habitat with the tapirs. And I also don't want to have the great anteater and the maned wolf in here, which probably would work as well, because the maned wolf doesn't hunt tapirs. But yeah, it would not look cool if we had the maned wolf in here. And we would have to take different preparations in here for the safety of our visitors as well. So yeah, no maned wolf in here. And for the giant anteater, it would have been cool if we would had the giant anteater in here. But the problem that I have with this is, if we had the giant anteater in here and we have the indoor pool, we would see the giant anteater swim all the time. And everyone who knows me knows that I hate when the animals in Planet Zoo are swimming all the time. At least the animals that don't swim naturally. And yeah, for that reason alone, it would be no good idea to have the giant anteater in here. Yeah, okay. But talking about the giant anteater and the maned wolf, there is something that I wanted to tell you guys for the future of Brooksburk Zoo. Because of the mixed animals in here from several continents, I thought it would be a cool idea if we had on the left side of this house, where the tapir habitat is going to be built, if we would have something like a small South American area. So where we could have the anteaters, the maned wolf, maybe the armadillo, maybe the sloth, and some animals from South America. And on the upper side, where we do have the Indian elephants, there's going to be another small Asian area, and on the side where we do have the white rhinos, there's going to be another smaller African area. We already do have a kind of African area with the living desert, and we also do have the Madagascar house, but I think we do have so many animals from Africa, so there is definitely room for some more of them. Yeah, and then I was thinking of coming to an end in Brooksburk. Yeah, but I don't think I can come to an end. We don't have big cats in here. We definitely have to have big cats in here. And we also don't have any monkeys in here, besides the Largibbon. So we have to have monkeys in here as well. And it would not be a classical zoo if we would not have sea lions or seals in here and penguins. So yeah, we can't come to an end. And hopefully we will be able to play a long time with this zoo performance-wise. I'm already using so much more pieces in the whole build here than I used in Swamp Lake, and I had performance problems in Swamp Lake after I think 70 episodes. just have a look. Need to have a look at it. How many episodes we did have in Swamp Lake? So give me a second. Ooh, wow. Almost 80 episodes. It was 79 episodes in Swamp Lake. So, yeah, there's a little bit time until we get there in Brooksburk. So I think this is episode 30. Yeah, this is episode 30 right now. So we do have a little bit more time until we need to come to an end with this zoo, hopefully. Yeah, because I want you guys to be able to tour the zoo as well, because some of you guys are already waiting to tour the zoo. There's definitely going to be a tour by Gaming Betters that is going to tour Brooksburk Zoo. There's going to be a tour by Thomas Freaks. And for our international audience, there will be a tour by the lady designer as well once we are finished with it. And if she's doing zoo tours after that time still. But I hope she will. Yeah, so finally it is time to create the outdoor area for our tapirs. I tried to don't make the outdoor area that big as the indoor area. Yeah, for sure, it definitely has to be bigger as the indoor area, but I mean in comparison, when we compare the indoor area to the outdoor area, I didn't want to have it being way oversized as well. So I decided to make it a little bit smaller so that the animals do have everything in there that they need, but not more and not less. Yeah, that was some trial and error, because I didn't notice that this path was not completely flat, and yeah. Yeah, what you will see in a minute is that I was going ham with plants in this episode for the habitat. I didn't put down so many trees or bushes, but I used so many smaller plants like grasses and stuff like that, and make it really look a little bit overgrown. I think there's still room for a little bit more, because my inspiration once again was Caesar Creates. He built this beautiful cheetah habitat in one of his last episodes, or was it the last episode? I think it was the last episode, where he painted down the path of the cheetahs and used a lot of plants around that so that you could actually really see where the animals are walking, which you do unfortunately, I have to say, in lots of zoos, because the animals are using always the same path in their habitat and running around in their habitat, which is yeah, not always a bad sign, because you know these paths from nature as well. So if you take a walk in the woods, you will see something like this. In German we call it Wildwechsel. These are paths that the animals are using all the time. So whenever they cross their habitat in nature, they will always use the same path to walk. Yeah, to walk in the woods or wherever. Yeah, here you can already see what I meant. I used lots of the bison grass, this bigger one here as well, because I do like the color of it. It looks a little bit weird right now, but it will totally make sense once we come to an end. Yeah, just a little bit more. of the evergreen. And here you can already see the many plants that I put in here. And I think it really looks cool. I was looking for a smaller plant right there in the background. It took me some time, but I think the one that I chose in the end, this one, fits perfectly. Yeah, and I really do hope once we are going to put the roof on the building, it is not going to be too dark in there. Because right now I have the feeling with the mechanics of the game with the sun that we might not be able to choose any time of day to get the perfect light for the building in the inside. We do have so many windows in there, but it is still very, very, very dark in there. And I also am planning with having a glass roof in the middle of the building so that we do have light in here. But yeah, unfortunately I think this won't happen because, as I said, the mechanics in the game won't allow us to have any light in this building because I maybe chose the wrong place to build it. Because I don't have that problem in any other building. So if we think about the building for the hippos, for example, no problem in there. And if we think about the building, the Madagascar house that is right next to it, no problem in there as well. But this seems to be, yeah, very problematic, unfortunately. But I'm definitely going to build something for the light in there so that you could actually visit the house by nighttime as well. So we will have lots of lamps and light in there to make it a little bit exciting when you walk there by night. Also on the outdoor area, nothing built there yet, but there's definitely going to be much of that, so that we will have a beautiful nighttime view at the whole thing. That is something that I often forget about building. Oh my god, often forget. That sounded weird, like I was somewhere from Russia or something. Yeah, we will have lots of light in the park, and as I said, that's something that I don't think about it quite often, so that's going definitely to happen this time, so that we can have a nighttime tour in Brooksburk as well. Last steps in here. There's definitely going to be more planters like this in the house because we do have so much space right in between the habitats. So if you guys have any idea for a decoration in there or materials that we could place down here, just let me know in the comments, and I'm very, very happy to get your ideas and make them reality in Brooksburk Castle. Yeah, but with that being said, we are already at the end of today's episode. We are going to have a look at our beautiful habitat inside and outside of Brooksburk Castle. I hope you guys did enjoy this week's episode. If you did so, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next episode next week when we are going to build for the rhinos or the monitors. Let me know in the comments what you want to see, and yeah, as long as that, take care of yourself, stay healthy, and see you next week. Bye guys!